Good evening, all respected IM family member. Myself Prosenjit from MBA Department of IM. And today I'm going to be discuss on the topic data mining for manager. I have chosen this topic because I just try to connect the present problems of the managers due to this digitalization growth of the excessive data and how this problem can be overcome using different sophisticated data mining. So let's start with our very first problem. See from this graph, over the last several years, there is a huge growth of digital data across the world, and it is definitely a point of worry for all because earlier there was enterprise data that used to be mostly in the form of databases or data warehouse which are structural, and the decision making process by the manager based upon those enterprise data can be very much easier. But now with the introduction of 3G 4G technology, the voice over internet protocol, the different type of audio, video, image messages which are circulated, recirculated every second to the social media, and more importantly, the different sensor and the device technology that will be used for the business application are contributing a huge exponential growth of the digital data. And this is something which is needed to be properly analyzed because most of this data having no decision making capability, but still they are going to be stored as a part of the business process. The same this particular slide also, the industry from 3.0 to 4.0 version has been already shifted, and the main mechanism for this is the big data, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. As you can see, the industry 4.0 will mainly impact it at the level 2 and level 3 of the automated system. Now, over there also, I would like to see the with this emerging technology, the concept of data mining, which is the old traditional concept, can also need to be discussed in that regard because the background of all these big data, machine learning, and artificial intelligence is something behind this data. So let us try to focus on some of the global challenges that the manager as well as the business organization are facing. First and the foremost challenge is the quality of the data. Let me tell you, the data quality issues are basically the different type of null values, duplicate values, even different type of anomalies, noise, or sometimes the data are not going to be redundant, sorry, data are not going to be uh, up to date or relevant to the topic. So these are the frequent problem of the data which contribute to business. Now, if the manager will be take a decision based upon this data without properly analyze this data quality, ultimately the decision will be suffered down. And unfortunately, no emerging technology will be capable enough to automate this data quality by itself. So in this regard also, we need some technology to improve the quality of data. Number two challenge is we are drawing in data in present era, as I already discussed in my previous slide, that the exponential growth of the digital data, mostly unstructured data, which are very difficult to be stored, analyzed, is basically something which contributed to the data part, but the knowledge part from the data or the hidden relationship or the unsaid story, the hidden pattern, the association between the different set of data. So these type of knowledgeable or intelligence portion of the data are not going to be revealed very easily. So it will be a difficult for the manager to make such business or strategic decision based upon this business data. Next, the decision making and business prediction is always going to be a very tricky task. And in present scenario, although we have a sophisticated regression analysis model where an n number of independent variable, based upon that the business forecasting of a particular dependent variable can be done in much more accurate way, but still they contribute to the supervised way of decision making. And the dynamic nature, the changing different parameter of the business around the clock will also needed to be properly analyzed by consulting the previous as well as the present pattern of the data, which is unfortunately missing from the business prediction, where the data mining may be a fruitful solution. Next, the more importantly, this term affinity analysis is related to the retail sector. So in retail management or in retail sector, this affinity analysis, or more formally the business associative rule mining or market basket analysis, are going to be find the hidden relationship among the different product and their association, so that accordingly the retail managers can able to decide which product having a high relationship to be purchased together in the next visit by a particular customer. So it's about analyzing the previous sales history of this product, and based upon so many parameter of affinity analysis like confidence, support as well as lift, we used to formulate a certain relationship among this product, so that accordingly it can be justify that which product needed to be uh, put together, so that it will be definitely going to be fruitful for the customer to purchase their purchase decision in the next visit. So this type of prediction is always a difficult task to be do by manually by the manager, and data mining may be fruitful in this regard also. The next issue is customer churn prediction accuracy. So this is something of the customer retention strategy. Mostly what used to be happen is that in present dynamic market scenario, there will be a churn of customer, a group of customer who might not be that much loyal towards your product, and they might leave our organization, our product at any time if any of our competitors will given slightly better price or some kind of value added services to their product. So the business as well as the managers needed to be identify this customer churn, because they also contribute towards the share of your market. So these customer churn needed to be properly addressed. Their need, demand, desire needed to be focused in a customized way, which is not a very easy task to be do by the manager or even by the existing sophisticated system. So in that regard also, we need certain customer analytics or something, these type of data mining activities, so that this customer churn can be more promptly addressed, and accordingly different type of customized retention strategy, discount offer as well as the other things can be offered to them. The last but not the least is topic from supply chain management. So in supply chain and retail management, one of the very peculiar phenomenon that used to be happen is bulk effect. So this is a something phenomenon in which there will be a wrong prediction from the market or the customer to the manufacturing house. So the customer might predict or might give an uh, information to the retailer that they might want X pieces of a particular item in next week. The retailer again add on their own prediction and X plus Y. This unit they will be propagated to the wholesaler to convey to the manager. Again, the wholesaler add on some extra figure, and when it finally reaches to the manufacturing house, so they confuse and they ultimately decided to purchase, to manufacture X plus Y plus, this means extra amount of that product, but actually in market, the customer required only maximum X pieces of the product. So huge amount of wastage in the inventory will be there. That's why the just-in-time production concept is required. So this wrong customer prediction will lead to this type of prediction related issues in supply chain management, which is one of the most important problem to be analyzed by managers as well as the business organization using this data mining approaches. So move on to the definition of data mining. As you can see from this diagram, the data mining is nothing but to find out the hidden pattern as well as the meaningful insight from our existing as well as the historical data set. And the motive behind so is to find out the unravel story or the hidden pattern or the association between the different sets so that that can be fruitful for the next level of strategic decision making for managers. So this is the basic of data mining. So meaningful insight as well as hidden pattern for decision making. So in this regard, there are some steps or the implementation process of data mining that we try to quickly address. First is the business understanding. The first step of data mining is the business understanding, followed by data understanding, data preparation, modeling, evaluation, and deployment. So let us start with the first step, that is the business understanding. Now, the business understanding of data mining phase one is basically to find out the underlying business rule, because sometimes these business rules are so natively packed with the existing system or legacy system. So decoding or extracting them for modification, alteration, or even replacement purpose may be a very difficult task. So data mining may be fruitful to find out such cases. Second is data understanding. Data understanding is one of the most important phase of data mining where we need to be properly address our data, because once you address your data or understood your data from the different angles, then only you can go to the next phase so that you can able to prepare your data, because once you understood your data, then you can also try to find out the errors from the data, and accordingly you will remove those data to make your data for different type of analytical processing. So next step is data preprocessing. The data preparation steps of data mining basically deals with finding the null value, missing value, repetition of data, as well as different type of outliers or the extreme value which are there in our data set, and try to address them using different type of data preprocessing technique, so that ultimately your data will be ready for model development. Now there are different models like supervised model, unsupervised model. Supervised model, the most important and popular supervised model are regression model, classification model, whereas the unsupervised category of model are associative rule, clustering, etc. So we are not going to be discuss all those things in this presentation. Just modeling is just nothing but to find out a framework with your test 10 data so that your next series of data can be analyzed. Based on that, you can make your evaluation and development. So evaluation and development means actually we are going to be find out which particular train data or which particular training data can be mapped together, and ultimately you will be getting your validate data. So this is all about the different phases of data mining. Move on to the Next, the application of data mining to business and manager. So let us start with the first application of data mining, which is very common and very versatile in retail sector, called affinity analysis or market basket analysis. So what used to be happen in market basket analysis, I just try to discuss within this particular slide that, for example, there will be 5 transactions. In first transaction, customer has purchased 3 items ABC together and so on. Now, there will be certain rule like AROD means what is the probability that if a customer purchase A, then with that the customer will also purchase D. So these type of probability we can compute using the 3 different parameters of market basket analysis, which are known as support, confidence and lift. Now the support means out of the purchase of X, Y with the total number of element, means in our case total number of element n is equal to 5, and X and Y if you replace with A and D means how many time X and Y or A and D are purchased together. If you see our basket, you see one time, second one, and this second time, so 2 by 5. Okay, so this will be our support. Whereas the confidence will be mostly same, but in case of N, it is the frequency of X. Means out of the total purchase of X, how many times Y will be purchased. So for our case, for AROD, out of total purchase of A, that is 3 times, 2 times it is been purchased with D. So A arrow D, our confidence factor is 2 by 3. And once you compute your support and confidence factor, you can very easily calculate it your lift factor. Now let me tell you, this lift factor is an indication how strongly 2 items are interlinked. For example, if your lift factor is greater than 1, that is a suggestion that A arrow D means with the purchase of E, there is a high probability of purchasing D. Whereas if your lift factor is less than 1, then it is an indication that there is an inverse proportionate between these two products. Means with the purchase of C, the purchasing of this product A will be minimum, because the answer will be in point or less than 0. So the lift factor greater than 1 suggests that there is a high probability, and less than 1 suggests there is a negative probability of purchasing this item. So in this manner, we have a sophisticated tools on data mining softwares to do huge amount of these tasks by a mouse click. Next application of data mining to business and manager is customer chunk prediction. As I said, in customer chunk prediction, we need to identify which are not loyal customer, and accordingly we try to formulate certain strategies to retain those customers. Now these customer chunks have different expectation from the business enterprise. Like some customer are demanding to have a reduced price, whereas the other customer may demand to have some extra feature or some extra style in a particular brand of product. So these customer churns needed to be addressed using the customer's analytics technique, and accordingly the different type of retention strategy, discounted offer, different type of credit rating, or you can see the different type of discount value or coupon can be assigned to them in order to retain this customer with your business. So in this case, the data mining will be utmost significant for customer retention. Next is customer analytics, which is a very active field of research in present time. So in customer analytics, the main focus is to identify the customer, their need, demand, desire, expectation of the product in advance. So accordingly, the business organization will make changes in their product or service category. Now, it is not a very easy task to find out the inner details of this customer that can be conducted using different type of customer analytical tools. So data mining will be one of the promising area to find out more close analysis of this customer, their past record, in order to predict their nature, their privilege, their desire, etc. for the future. Next is upsell and cross-sell, two very popular sales strategies. So in upsell and cross-sell, again, based upon the previous sales record of the individual customer or a particular target market, it may be decided automatically by the software system that which product should be sell together to a particular group of customer, or which category of the customer can be provoked for upsell of a higher band of a particular product or service. So these type of thing can be done with the help of different type of mining technique or data mining technique, by which we can able to achieve our upsell and cross sell to optimal level. And the last but not the least is the push and pull strategies of marketing. So in earlier days, there was a push strategy. So in push strategy, what used to be happen, because at earlier day, no, there was product oriented marketing. So in product oriented marketing, since you have a monopoly in the market, so factory used to be manufactured the product, and this material they used to be sent to the warehouse, and through warehouse they will be sent to the ultimate market, and the customer will be purchased this product. But now the scenario has changed. What used to be happening in present time, since there are so many competitors in market, the business organization is better to adopt the pull strategy. In pull strategy, the factory will engage their production up to the indicated prediction level of the customer or the from the market. So they are not going to be manufactured their product according to their own prediction, because they are not the monopoly in the market. So this is a just in time concept of manufacturing industry, where the data mining as well as the relevant features of the data mining will be fruitful in order to highlight these type of prediction of order in advance to the factory, so that they always having a inline or synchronization of production to ultimate consumption into them. So these are the different area which I just try to cover in a very short discussion, in order to get an idea how promising this data mining to be helpful for the business organization as well as managers. So I will try to conclude my session by saying that in present digital era, where huge exponential growth of unstructured data every second used to be generated, in that case it is an art for the manager to know that how to win the race. So by using the different data mining technique, the manager can be in a leadership position to be use this huge data set by consulting the previous data, the present data, and accordingly formulating their future strategies. So manager will be always in a leadership space if they know this data mining technique. So in this regard, I must say that there is a book which is very famous of Thomas as well as Julia. According to them, the age of smart machine learning or smart technology will not decrease the value of the managers or this type of decision maker. perhaps their values has increased. So with that, I conclude my lecture, and I just wanted to share some of the journey of our Department of Business Analytics of MBA with you, because the department is starting their function from last year 2019, when there is a change in the syllabus of MBA by Macau. And we are pleased to inform that earlier there was only 11 students last year, or the first year of business analytics. There was only 11 students who taken as a major this business analytics, and there were 42 minor students. But this year this figure has drastically changes. So from 11 you can see that 53 student has already opted as a major this business analytics, and 35 as a minor. And this particular statistics is showing the potential of this particular subject and topic, and we are very much thankful to our board of studies, principal, director, and HOD sir for making a very wonderful syllabus of business analytics, which cover most of the latest analytical platform like Tableau, Power BI, Weka, R, as well as Python. So all these analytical platform using a mouse click or GUI based interfaces will be taught to the student. So it is a very good syllabus. That's why probably the increase of this student strength has done. One more achievement of our department I would like to share with you is that this year in 2020, for the 21st International Data Mining Cup, which is a very prestigious competition where 35 countries and 162 teams has been participated. So our college is the only affiliated colleges or only team from Macau who has participated or selected for this international competition, along with IIT Kharagpur, IIM Calcutta, and Jadavpur University. So it is definitely a better point from our point of view. So this is all about from our department. Thank you very much for patience hearing. If you have any suggestion or question,